My name is Arlene+Spann, and I'm the founder, president, and CEO of Arlene+Spann Sweats. And according to Yale at their medical center, they had some statistics to give us. And according to them, their doctors say that 90% of diabetes, 80% of heart disease, and 60% of cancer. All of these things are preventable diseases that can be prevented through changing our lifestyle and changing our diet. I'm here today to talk with you about why be healthy. Just why should we be healthy? Ask yourself this question. What stresses you out? Or what kinds of things have you seen going on in your body? Have you experienced any achy knees? Have you experienced your doctor say you have high cholesterol? Have you experienced when you look at yourself, you're just not able to look in the mirror at who you are? What about your self-esteem? Are you a person that tends to go to the back of the room when things are going on? Or are you the person that's right on it, right up in the middle of everything that's transpired? What about medications? Are you a person that takes not just one medication, but you could probably start a whole pharmacy by yourself based on everything that you're taking? According to that Yale study that was given, they said if we did this, listen, ladies, this is what the Yale study asked us to do. And I'm telling you, why do you want to be healthy? They said to do this. If we take a measuring tape, ladies, and if we measure our waistline, and if our waistline is 34 inches or more, then we need to go see our doctor. And they didn't get you off the hook, men. They said if yours is 40 or more, then you need to go see a doctor. And you say, well, Arlene, why? Why would I need to go see a doctor? Because a lot of what's going on in our waistline is letting us know what's happening throughout the rest of our bodies. Hi, I'm Arlene+Spann of Arlene+Spann Sweats. And today I really want to talk to you about why we need to be healthy. Why do we need to be healthy? I want you to think about, what has your family history looked like? Think about it. Do you know anyone in your family who has had a heart attack? Do you know anyone who's had a stroke? Anyone with diabetes? Anyone with lupus? Multiple sclerosis? And the list could go on. I mean, we could go on and on and on naming various diseases. But especially if you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a person of influence, that you're out there giving to others, I want you to do this. If you are a business person, I need you to do this right now. I want you to hashtag the word healthy. That's right. Hashtag the word healthy. Because I want you to, if you haven't done so already, to begin to join forces with people such as General Electric. They're a big, huge company. But what General Electric has decided to do, they see that health is important. And they see that in order to keep down people taking off, they have to go and stay home because they're sick. They've incorporated health into their bottom line. And they make sure that their people are able to get healthy fitness centers on their site, right there where they're located. Other companies, how many of you have heard of Google? Or we're on Google right now, right? You're able to see and view the things that you're able to see because of Google. But do you know that Google thinks that health is important and therefore it incorporates health and wellness into its program? And what about other companies that are doing the same thing? Why do you want to be healthy? You want to be healthy so that you can reduce that stress. Stress, I said earlier, according to Yale, 60% of the people who have stress is preventable. You want to be able to reduce diabetes. I'm going to share a picture with you today because the Arlene that you see now, I want you to show she wasn't always that way. And I'm going to try to get this so that you're able to see. If you can see that picture, that's Arlene. That was the unhealthy Arlene. That was an Arlene who was pre-diabetic with high cholesterol and simply overweight. And that wonderful gentleman that's sitting beside her, of course, is my handsome husband. And I had to take a journey. I had to make a decision. When the doctor said, Arlene, you are pre-diabetic, I knew that I had some choices to make. A lot of choices to make. Did I want to take pills? And that's what they wanted to start me off with, was pills. And then go in progression like my mother did. My mother took one pill at first. Then they progressed her to 2 pills. From there, she went on to take an insulin. And I saw that progression as it took place. And I had to make a decision. Was that something that I wanted to do for myself? Did I want to have to do the same thing? And my decision was no. I didn't want to go through that progression. I didn't want the quality of my life to change. So why be healthy? Think about the quality of your life. Do you want them to start like a friend of mine who had diabetes? And they started by taking off one toe. And the way I look at it is these toes were given to me for a reason, and to you for a reason and a purpose. They took his big toe off first. Then that wasn't enough. They had to amputate the entire foot. That wasn't enough. Then up to the knee. They start, and I figured I need all of those things like you do to stand on. So if this is something that's preventable, which means that I have in my hands the ability to change the course of that particular disease, which for me was diabetes, it could be something else for you, why not take into our own control the ability to change that? According to the American Diabetes Association, they had this to say. They look at you and they ask you 7 questions. And I'm going to read it directly from what they said, especially for my friends who have decided that they would sign on the dotted line when they were told that they had diabetes. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be healthy. So the American Diabetes Association has this to say. They will ask you these questions. And one of the questions that they will ask you is simply how old you are. And based on your answer to how old you are, they're going to give you a certain amount of points. And then they'll ask you your gender, if you're a male or a female, and based on that, you're going to get a certain amount of points. And then they're going to ask you, if you're a lady or a woman, if you've ever been diagnosed with gestation diabetes. And if you have, you give yourself a point for that. And then they'll ask you questions like this: what you're dealing with your family. Do you have a father, a mother, or siblings, anyone in your family who has had diabetes? And based on that, you get more points. And then they're asking you, were you physically active? And that by doing so, and then they ask you, what's your weight status? And based on your weight status, now you have to understand Arlene. Arlene stands at 4 feet 11. That picture that you saw was an Arlene who was 183 pounds. The Arlene you see sitting before you today is an Arlene that is 128 pounds, still working on it, but have reduced tremendously. But based on the American Diabetes Association, what they had to say concerning my stature, my height, my frame, they said that it's good for me to be at a weight that is 125 pounds or less. So you see, based on them, I could be just a little bit overweight even now, but understand, I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. And I know that for you, if you want to be healthy, you need to know just why. What about thinking about looking at your overall picture of health? I want you to stop and think. When was the last time that you even exercised? When was the last time that you were able to go up steps or down steps and you weren't like winded, like stopping? You were able to go. Those are things for me that I had a hard time doing at first. But when I understand why I needed a better health style, then I began to change. I began to change my eating habits. I began to move more. I began to embrace the fact that if I didn't have me, and if I didn't have my health, which is my biggest commodity, and yours as well, business owners, if you don't have your health, if you don't have you, how does your business continue to go? If you're a speaker, if you're an author, whatever that business is, it's important that you are in the best health possible. Now, how many soda drinkers do I have out there? How many? How many of you know that soda has absolutely no nutritional value for you? I know it gets all bubbly and it's fuzzy and all those things. And it's common, everywhere you go, every event, we're going to have those things. But did you know that what causes people to embrace and take hold and want to continue with that soda drinking is something called high fructose corn syrup? And that high fructose corn syrup, what that does to your body is it kind of sits around your organs and it smothers it, for the lack of a better term right now, and it gets into your body, and it's a artificial sweetener. In case you want to know what it is, it's an artificial sweetener, just like your Splenda or your, what's the other thing, the NutraSweets and those kinds of things. Those things are things that are artificials. So the reason why you want to be healthy is so that you're able to perform at a higher level. You want to be healthy so that you're not labeled with any of those preventable diseases. Now, Arlene had to become healthy in order to sustain her life, in order to not have body parts coming off. Matter of fact, go out there, and I need you to do this. I need you to hashtag this. I would like for you to hashtag just the word why. Because I want you to think about my why might not be your why. And your why could be different from my why. So hashtag the word why, because I want you to understand why you need to be healthy. For some of us, we might have children, we might have grandchildren, and they perform and they do things, and we want to be a part of those things. But because our health, or we're in having certain ailments and ill repair, we're not able to do the things with them that we would like to do. Some of you know that there have been people who've taken a plane trip and those things, and because of their health and because of their weight, they wanted them to get not just one plane ticket or seat for themselves, but two. Is that something that we want for ourselves? Why be healthy? So that when you measure your waist and it tells the story about who you are and what you've been doing in your body, it's going to help you to understand that you are not doing things that would cause you to be categorized in the category with any of those preventable diseases. You can say stroke. No, I'm not going to do anything that's going to cause me to have a stroke. Why? So that you can reduce the heart disease. Why? So that you can reduce cancer. Why? So that you can be around to lead your company. You can be around to impact the world. You can be around to inspire others. You can be around to empower others. You can be around so that the message that was given to you, your purpose, can be fulfilled each and every day. That's the reason why you want to be healthy. Now, I'm going to take you on a journey. And this journey that I'm going to take you on, I want you to get the picture. A journey through health. A journey where Arlene was. Overweight. Constantly visits to the doctor. Constant days off work. Constantly calling in. I'm sick, but I'm sick for real. Not a fake, sick, but sick for real. Constantly running out of breath. Always not able to sleep and rest at night. And what about you? Am I painting a picture that looks like what you have been used to? A picture where you try to sleep, and not because you're all excited you can't sleep, because there are aches and pains. Or for some of you, it could be just sleep apnea. It could be any of those things. But my purpose for being here today is to let you know that you don't have to be unhealthy. You can start doing swaps. When I started to learn about being healthy, for me, you can see behind me it says Arlene+Spann Sweats. At 183 pounds, with a decision that I needed to do something differently concerning my health, Arlene+Spann Sweats came into play. I looked at the things that I was doing, what I did to make myself healthier, understanding why I wanted to be healthy. Let's not just wait for the doctor to say there's an ailment before we get healthy. That was my situation. I had to wait for the doctor to say, listen, Arlene, you're overweight, you have high cholesterol, and you're pre-diabetic. And then I moved into action. But why not move into action before then? Why not move into action now? Why not even wait to hear about a diabetes or a stroke or a heart attack or any of those things? Move yourself into action now. How I did it, moving forward into action, I began to supply my body with the nutrients and the things that it needed in order to be healthy. I gave my body water. I was a soda drinker, yes, because I come from a family. Everybody drinks soda. It's all around us. But with that high fructose corn syrup, all it was doing for me was helping me to hold on to the fat that was in my body. So I began to look at the water situation and understanding based on my research, based on what I understood what doctors were saying, that at least 60 to 70% of our bodies are made up of water, including our organs, which need water. And what I did was began to supply my body with water. And then I began to read and research. People, research. Even though I'm sitting here telling you things today, go do some research. I began to eliminate things that were weight sabotagers, things that would hold on to the weight. I began to eliminate those additives, anything that was added, the dyes, those kinds of things, the high fructose corn syrup, taking them out of my diet, beginning to read labels. I knew that in order to be healthy, I had to read what are the ingredients in what I'm eating. So I read the labels and got rid of additives, trans fats. I swapped out things. I took out the margarines and the vegetable oils and replaced them with things like olive oil and coconut oil. And then I started to look at processed food differently because it contains sodium. Anything that came prepackaged, I took away out of my diet as much as I possibly could because I knew I had no control over what was going on inside of those packages. I had nothing to do with them. So why do you want to be healthy? You want to be healthy so that you can be around for your family. You want to be healthy so that you can be around for your business. You want to be healthy so that you don't have the aches and pains, so that you do have mental clarity, so that you aren't lethargic, so that you don't get cancer, so that you can fight these things, the heart attacks and the strokes and the diabetes, so that you're not that person that would have to give yourself the insulin shots. Now, I know I'm going on and I'm telling you about things about being healthy, but I would like for you to take a journey with me. I only have a certain amount of time here to share with you today. But you might want to connect with me. And you might want to learn more about the research that I've done. I've done the research for you so that you don't have to do that research. I researched and found out what Yale's doing. I've researched and found out that, yes, Nike is a big company, but they're concerned about the people that work for them. And they're concerned so much so that they have those programs to help keep their people healthy. So you say, why connect with Arlene? Because I can take you on a 6-week journey. A 6 weeks journey where we will individualize a plan for you. A plan of action for you so that you can become healthier. And in those 6 weeks, we'll have 6 20-minute calls, just conference calls to help share, calls to see how you're doing, calls to answer questions for you, and even get you caught up on the latest research that's going on. Not only that, give you worksheets, things that you can use, things that will prompt you to think about what you're doing. Think about why you want to be healthy. And then offer you, there's a free downloadable CD. And that CD talks to you about a healthier you today, telling you about the sweat system and why and how you can become healthier right now as we speak. I always like to give you a call to action, and my call to action today is, if you have water around you, go and get some and drink it. Go drink some water so that you can rehydrate your body. Drink that water. That's the biggest thing that you can do for yourself, understanding that, remember, 60 to 70% of your body is water. So what we're going to do with this in these 6 weeks is I'm going to take you through step-by-step process of how you can be a healthier you today. Matter of fact, go out and hashtag. Remember, we've already hashtagged about being healthy. We hashtag about being why. Now I want you to hashtag the word sweats, because sweats, we're going to talk about that system in detail. And when we talk about that system in detail, you're going to begin to understand and in detail what the different additives are and what they're doing to your body. You'll learn about MSGs. You'll learn again about the high fructose corn syrup. You'll learn about the dyes. You'll learn about things like GMOs. I don't have enough time today to tell you about those. But when you come and you be a part of this 6 weeks program that we're putting together for you, that's already put together, but yours can be individualized and personalized for you, because you're you. You're nobody else but you. So what worked for me might not work for you. But we know that we can individualize the program for you. And I'm going to put something up on the screen, because you're going to want to know, how can I connect with Arlene? How can I learn about this program? How can I learn about why be healthy? How can I learn about not being a diabetic or reversing it? I reversed mine. You can do the same thing too. So let's put up some information. If you want to contact me, if you want to know how you can get in touch with me, there's the website, there's the email address, and there's the phone number. That phone number, 240-354-9174, 240-354-9174. As a matter of fact, text the word lose to 240-354-9174. And when you text the word lose to that number, I will send you, not only will you get the Healthier You today, but you will also get the free downloadable. I did an interview with a well-known person. She's been doing interviews and broadcasting for over 30 years, and she did an interview, and I want you to hear that interview that where she interviewed me. So if you text the word lose to 240-354-9174, that will be your bonus. I will send you that as a bonus so that you can come alongside what Arlene+Spann Sweats is doing and make you a healthier you today. So why be healthy? Remember, if you had tennis elbow, no more. Why be healthy? So that you can be around for your family, so that you can be around for your business, so that you can be around to empower others, inspire others, so that you can motivate others, so that you can build your own self-esteem, so that you can share that message that you have, that only you can share, that only you can tell, that you can tell your story and share it with the world. All four corners of the earth needs to hear your story. So since they need to hear your story, why not be a healthier you today, so that you will be around to share with your children, your grandchildren, your aunts, your uncles, your mothers, your fathers, everyone. You can be a walking, living testimony of what being healthy can do in a person's life. The testimony that says you do not need to have disease running rapid in your body. A healthy you that says why. Listen, people, I'm not going to be one of those statistics. Not in the 90% of the heart disease of the diabetics, not in the 80% of the heart disease, and I'm not going to be in the 60% of the cancer. I want to be the walking, talking, living testimony of why you want to be healthy. A more vibrant you, radiant you, one that beams. Isn't it a lot better than being all downtrodden and lethargic and I can't get through this and everything? Why be healthy? Let's look at the picture for the last time. This was Arlene, okay? You see that? That was Arlene. Why be healthy? Look at that picture and ask yourself, would you want to be the Arlene that you see in the black dress with her hair pulled back, or the one that you can see from the side? Why be healthy? So that you can go out and serve your passion and do the things that you were called to do. I am Arlene+Spann of Arlene+Spann Sweats. You can reach me at www.arlenespannsweats.com or 240-354-9174. Be healthy today.